परमात्मने नमः। हरिः ओम। हरिः ओम। श्री परमात्मने नमः। Today in first attempt itself succeeded. In first attempt got it connected. Om 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 Harihi Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Harihi Om Harihi Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Harihi Om. Harihi Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Voice is clear, no? Voice is clear? Mic is working properly? Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vanshārishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं त्रोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यानस्मद्गुरुन् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि अस्मद्गुरुन् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुः आत्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमोस्तवन्नन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाक्षिशिरोरुबाहवे Sahasranamne Purushaya Shashvate Sahasrakoti Yugadharine Namaha. Sacchidananda Rupaya Vishwatpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. Om Hari Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Hari Om. Dear Divine Selves, I extend a hearty welcome to all of you to this morning session of Bengaluru Vedanta GyanYajna. Today is the fourth day of this GyanYajna, and in the morning session we are taking up Ashtavakra Gita, the greatest text on non-duality for immediate and direct self-realization. All texts or books or granthas are only means. The end is direct and immediate self-realization. Realization of the ever attained, ever available, ever shining supreme reality that is ever present within you. Just imagine this loftier than the loftiest of metaphysics, that you are ever free, that you are ever all of all, that there is nothing other than you, that the Almighty is ever present within you. Almighty Sarva Shaktiman is ever present within you as your true you. Just appreciate this. You keep running after for association with bureaucrats, politicians, some celebrities for a trivial autograph, or you say, I have photo with this person, I have met this person. But can you imagine? The greater than the greatest, the vaster than the vastest, is stronger than the strongest, is ever present within you as you, means your intrinsic, your intimate, your inherent, your eternal and immediate reality, that is Atman. Mark these words. Brahman, Atman, Paramatman is ever present, not as one of the organs, as a tiny part, but as your Atman, means your entire substratum, your entire foundation of existence, and as most immediate, most intimate, most intrinsic, most inherent reality. You don't have to go run helter-skelter in search of that Supreme One, without whose will nothing moves. Even a speck of dust in the universe doesn't move. Even the smallest blade of grass can't be imagined without that dimension of yourself that is eternal, immortal, transcendental and immanent both. The transcendent one within you, that is Nirguna Nirakara Brahma, alone is appearing as this entire phenomenal universe, that is Saguna Sakara Brahmana. And yet, the emperor of emperor is sitting within, and you are begging, perpetually begging. From whom? Beggars. See the irony of our ignorance. You are begging from not some emperor or rich person. You are always begging from beggars, perpetual. My Gurudev used to say, see in the world the tragedy, the funny things that people are doing. The wife says to the husband, darling, dear husband, I will love you, I will help you, I will do this to you. And the vice versa. And the husband too says, oh darling, I will do everything for you, I will give all riches, love, bliss and beauty to you. So my Gurudev used to say, I'll first say in Hindi, दो दरिद्र एक दूसरे को सम्राट बनाने का झूठा आश्वासन दे रहे हैं. दो भिखारी एक दूसरे को ठग रहे हैं. For unless and until you know your true nature, your reality of your own nature, even if you are the richest person, whether you are Elon Musk or Adani or Ambani or Trump, you are a beggar. Beggar means the mind ever in wishing mode, desiring mode, craving mode, attachment mode, and that is the story, the history of the entire mankind. Ever begging, let some more money come, let some more praise come, let some more riches, glories, awards, accolades. I'm talking about the best of the scientists, best of the intellectuals, best, richest of the people, something more, something more, something more. So one beggar is breaking from another beggar. Every worldly transaction in the world is a perpetual begging of one beggar from another beggar. Had it been, and if it is that a beggar is begging before a rich one could understand it. But one beggar is begging from another beggar. Means what? Everyone on this planet, whether you are the greatest scientist, biggest politician, richest person, beauty queen, most celebrated person, and yet if you don't know your true nature, you yourself tell me which part of your second, the moment you are free from desire. Desiring means begging. It's another matter that beggar is sitting on the choraha, on the roads. Whether one gives alms or not, it's a different matter, but you are standing as a beggar. So look within, it's a story of the mankind. Exceptions are only those who have come to know the real emperor of emperors, the rich one, the real knowledgeable, real Nobel laureate, the one who has come to know the ever attained, ever shining and ever almighty self, the Atman, the pure consciousness, which can never be separated, which can never be alienated, which can never fade or get tired or become old. never, never, ever fresh, ever newlywed beauty, the Atman. I have experienced it. They are on the basis of an Upanishad, but I have experienced with 1,000 times much more intensity. The beauty is you see in the external world, and the beauty of the Atman is ever fresh, it never gets stale. In the worldly pleasures, beauties, riches, glories, glamours and praises, the fundamental law of economics, that is law of diminishing return, always applies universally. Once you enjoy something, next moment it is not so. And slowly it becomes absolutely dead. But Atmanam ati sundaram, Atmanam ati sundaram. Adi Shankara says, see the plight of the ignorant ones, forsaking, forgetting, or renouncing the ultimate eternal beauty, the bliss. They are going for trivial ones which are non-existent and momentary. The beauty of the translation is so powerful. Unsurpassing beauty of the Atman, which is ever fresh. And I experienced this one, and I thought that something bizarre thing is happening 40 years ago. In Delhi, I used to go to Gandhi Bhavan of Delhi University, North Campus, even 2-degree temperature, hardly any clothes, and go in trance, and I would see that, and I was a young person. I will narrate a little bit, then it's more important. I will give you a practical example. I was young, 20, and some young, all cravings. So there were girls all around in Delhi, beautiful girls. So I see, mark my words, and it's happening. I'm explaining that utterance, that Atmanam ati sundaram. So some girl would look so beautiful, I will get so enchanted. Oh, she's so beautiful. If she could become my girlfriend or something, if I could have some company of this girl. And I'm the same person. I have not done anything. We have not talked anything. But after a few weeks, or maybe the next day even, there is another girl. She becomes synonym of my attention, and the one whom I had 1 week ago thought that, oh, what a great joy it would be to get her company. Now, oh, no, she is not, she is ugly. Nothing has happened. It's just few days story. So I was inquisitive about that. I have never negated anything. I watched it. So I said, nothing has changed in 1 week, 2 weeks. What has happened to? But at the first look, she appeared that she is the beauty queen. Just, and I have not met, nothing done, but in my own. So I thought that's something deeply wrong. Am I some characterless person that one day this girl appears to be beautiful? This continued, and then during the same time, this my transcendental realization started. I used to do. Then I would see that today's blissfulness during my meditation and samadhi was every day the same samadhi, the same meditation was having their reverse law, the law of increasing return and not diminishing return. It was the greatest challenge. Oh, yesterday I had got this so mesmerizing samadhi and dhyana. Oh, I felt nothing, no one in the world. I used to feel pity about, I used to meet a young journalist, Bajpayee out of the Indian Research Center, and I feel enamored. But this is very powerful, the greatest revelation of my life. I would be craving for, oh, good people, good girls, as friends, and Initially I had come on the pretext of becoming a civil servant and all that, or a good intellectual. So how powerful is this Prime Minister? Okay, this girl, this lady is so powerful from this rich person. The same person, the same day or next day, when I go in dhyana, let's not say samadhi, dhyana, I would pity the Prime Minister, the beauty queen, the heroine on the television seated, same person. Then I would say, oh my God, what kind of the people they are, the kind of glory I'm enjoying. I was not talking to anybody, it's happening in me. And the other example gave, the law of diminishing return in worldly pleasure, beauty everywhere. Oh, the same girl, or same food, or same thing, one thing, it appeared, oh, this is such a great thing. The next moment, it faded away. But exactly opposite law was being experienced by me whenever I was doing Atma Darshana. I was never doing, in fact, Dhyan as such. It was Atma Darshan. Later, when I studied Vedanta in depth after my sannyas, then I realized the highest of samadhi, Sahaj Samadhi I was getting, but since there was no guru to guide me, I didn't know that such the treasure of treasures was available to me. It must be because of my previous karmas. When I became sannyasi and started doing systematic study, then I started crying. My God, it is that I had realized, and that is what even the presidents, prime ministers, the most powerful people, I was unemployed, and yet during that state, when spiritually awakened and experienced, I thought, oh, the poor fellows. When I am out and going in the worldly transactions, I would feel, oh, how pathetic, I don't have any job and all this. This girl, this man, this person, this friend of mine has succeeded, he has become civil servant. This person has become professor. Oh, see the industrialist, see the hero. I would meet as a young journalist at India National Center. You name all the heroes, you know, no? Heroines also here, there. But the same person, I will never get enamored. I will feel that it's okay, these people run after these people, that this and that. But the moment I return back at home and I'm sitting in meditation, I would think about, I will name it, it's Rajesh Khanna. He was most celebrated fellow, and he became a Congress MP. Janti Mala, these people used to come, they had become politicians, and the Bachchan and all those. So journalists, I faced to. But I had I would go for as a journalist and all that. So somebody, sometimes I'm taking sip, he is also taking, I'm not. There are other friends and all that, and no attraction slowly, even to a feeling. Because I used to go in such a powerful state that they all appeared as beggar. That is, I'm not saying something from the text, it's my own experience. And I'm the same person when I'm not doing for certain reasons my own meditation, I'm not experiencing, then I will feel, oh, ये देखो मेरा friend ये बन गया, oh देखो वो आदमी कितना powerful है, देखो हजारों लाखों लोग उसके लिए वेट कर रहे हैं इस हीरोइन के लिए. But when I would go in that, nothing and no one could attract me. I'm the same person. So this is the story, this is metaphysics, this is science and reality of every, at least, human being. It's another matter, out of ignorance, we are not exposed to this. By listening to the guru or reading in the books, you won't, unless you experience. This was my greatest boon of many lifetimes of my good karma. I suffered a lot of things, but nothing could suppress me, nothing could attract me to go in the worldly life, despite my best attempts. Immediately after, I used to begin to sweat, oh, what this pathetic life. Not by reading the text. Anubhava avasanam brahmave Gyanam Adi Shankara. Once you experience it, that no power pelf of this world can match even remotely then you don't need anybody. You don't need to take resolve. मैं सन्यासी बन जाऊंगा, मैं महात्मा बन जाऊंगा, मैं शादी करूंगा, नहीं कर. It's already, it has become, it has left you, it is far behind you, nothing can touch you. Even though you will remain an ordinary person, you will appear. That is what in depth. Jivan Mukti Vivek of Swami Vidyaranya, read it. This is land of Swami Vidyaranya. Then he says about Paramahansa and Avadhutas, you will see that Avadhuta or Paramahansa or self-realized master, he is fighting with somebody, he is being joked upon by the children, he is in the company of the most beautiful ladies. You would see, oh, he is a leecher, but you would know that he is talking about Paramahansa. Deep within, he has nothing to do with, he will appear as an ordinary person. This is a play. He would not run after anyone if things come by prarabdha. That is the fundamental principle of Paramahansa. He is not supposed to run away from anything. As part of your prarabdha, whatever good, bad, ugly comes, accept it. But don't run after even God. That is Paramahansa Anusasana. That happened. What I am trying to suggest, unless and until, and that Upanishads were written thousands of years ago. The mantras, the slokas of Bhagavad Gita or Ashtavakra Gita have really become meaningless to an average human being. The slokas we are going to take today, Sarvavyapi tumi ho, Ashtavakra कहेंगे. It would appear to me, what is this nonsense, yaar? I am so finite, this body. So what I am saying, unless and until you experience for yourself, you won't realize the grandeur of that Atma Sakshatakara, Moksha, Mukti. And that is Moksha, not I became Mukta. Even I stayed as a common person for 35 years in Delhi. I worked and all that, but the power was 100 times more. That is what they would say, oh, how and why he is so powerful. The best of the intellectuals of the country. I am not talking about ordinary people. I was never in the company of the crowd. The biggest of intellectuals, editors, professors, celebrated across the world, they would say, oh, is it possible for you? You can't fight the might of the government and all that. Don't make fool. But I did that and it happened so easily. Nobody could terrorize me. Nobody could. The entire might of the government of India and all the state governments couldn't intimidate me or change my slightest course of life that I was doing. How did it happen? There is no credit to me as an individual. It was solely, I am revealing this secret not for my glorification, but for you to throw away that begging mind. By throwing away the ignorance about true nature, only then and then your life begins. Do you know the secret why? When I became a Paramahansa sannyasi and Gurudev accepted 3 days rituals, why 48 पिंड दान कर दिया, अपना आत्मदाह कर लिया, सब name change and everything disconnection, it has deeper meaning. You get a new birth. उसी के लिए कहा दंड धारण मात्रेण नरो नारायणो भवेत्. That day when we become sannyasi, dand is given and all that. You become Brahmana by that Mahamantra and that experience. You realize that you are not the petty perishable body, but the imperishable, eternal, immortal Atman, and thereby there is nothing higher than you, none greater than you, none vaster than you. You are all of all. There is no joy anywhere other than you, even if it appears practically that there is some love, bliss, beauty somewhere. It is your own reflection, O Janaka. Your own petty speck is appearing as outside love, bliss and beauty an object of. Therefore, what I'm trying to suggest, only one sentence, that's my, you would find in commentaries and all that, but it's coming from there, especially inspired by my own personal sakshat aparakshanubhuti, and not after becoming a Paramahansa, I am telling you. This experience happened 40 years ago in 1985 and 1986, and I am telling you, you won't believe me. I had unbelievable financial crisis. I decided not to take money from the family. I am not saying anything about me. I want to make you understand the practical implications of self-realization and the other kind of life, pitiable life you lead. I had heard something I would do and this and that, money. But the trance I would go, and I had heard, I rented a small room and all that. Even at that point of time, I used to feel that this is going to become a monument or something like. Because I used to see the blissfulness of the moment I would sit, it becomes condensed blessedness. I had never, I used to read Aurobindo, Beggar, but these kind of things but I started seeing it's natural before meditation. But the moment and that is the difference between an old age sannyasi or spiritual quest and a young one. Immediately I go, once I would open, I would know for sure that what I am, what I am experiencing is unparalleled, unsurpassed. I was narrating this only for the sake of explaining just verse of that words of Adi Shankara, Atmanam ati sundaram. Atman, he said that who would be such a big fool who would run after the perishable beauty or bliss, forsaking or renouncing Atman, unsurpassing beauty of his own Atman. That is what exact word. Unsurpassing. The beauty of the Atman is unsurpassed. The entire story, personal story, I have never, it was as a way of revealing my own secret. It didn't come from texts and all that. It was, and it must be previous karma. So what I am saying, then I realize, come what may, I will never beg. No one can terrorize and intimidate me. I didn't take resolve, but it became part and parcel of your personality. Once you know. सुपारी देना आप जानते हैं ना, सुपारी मेरे नाम पर दे गए. Hundreds of officers would get dismissed by my reports and all that on corruption. They will call me, तेरे चिथड़े उड़ा देंगे. I was getting call from Mauritius. हत्या हो जाए, तुम दोबारा नहीं आना. मध्य प्रदेश से I was informed by the highest officers of government of India who had been, don't go to Madhya Pradesh, you will be bombed off. Large number of officers have lost their job and all that, and you have created, don't go. And I said, and then I started. I said, my chairperson, sir, and one person who was governor also, who became governor, I should not, but he held top posts of the government of India. So he said, no, don't go, don't be stupid. We have created so much of problem. All the bureaucracy of the world, this country has, the way you speak in the Supreme Court and submissions, they are very angry with you. They want to get you off. You will be bombed off. I said this one, and then I'll begin. I said, sir, हिंदी में भी जो बताता हूँ, अगर मान लो कि उन्होंने जो गोली चलाई और बम फेंका, किसी कारण से मैं बच गया, या शायद उन्होंने ही दया कर दिया तो मैं बच गया, मैं नहीं मरा, तो कितने हजार बरस जीऊंगा सर. टेकन बैक, ये क्या तुम बोल रहे हो? मतलब नहीं, इसका जवाब दीजिए सर. अगर किसी तरह से मैं बच गया या उन्होंने नहीं मारा तो कितने हजार साल मैं जीऊंगा? बोले नहीं, 1000 साल तो नहीं जियोगे, 10-20-50-100 साल जिएगा आदमी ज्यादा से ज्यादा. मैंने बोला कि 100 साल की जिंदगी के लिए अपने आत्मसम्मान और कन्विक्शन को मैं नहीं बेच सकता हूं, दुनिया की कोई ताकत मुझे रोक नहीं सकती है। आई विल डाई टुडे इटसेल्फ वंस आई गेट इंटिमिडेटेड। मुझे अभी 5-10 दिन, 1 महीना, 2 महीने, 5 साल तो जीऊंगा, मरने में तो समय लगेगा, लेकिन आज ही मर जाऊंगा। व्हाट यू आर सेइंग, इफ आई एक्सेप्ट आई विल डाई टुडे, my self-esteem will get so low down, I won't survive. I am not going to be intimidated. When there were questions in parliament about my statements, I was said, don't be stupid. Parliament, best of the professors, best of the intellectuals, they create such a big problem, contain these things, you can't fight. And I told you, I made my reports and statements much more stronger, and nothing happened to me. It was not my personality trait of something, it was all 100% due to just initial glimpse of my Atmana. I was not prepared to sacrifice anything. I was not prepared to, I didn't narrate these things to anyone. They won't believe. Today I am narrating these things because I am explaining what? One beggar is begging before another beggar, whereas my truth is your truth. There is only one truth in Vedanta. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. Therefore, unless and until you know your own reality, you don't have to know Brahman something. Brahman that is described in Vedas, Paramatman somewhere written in the Ashtavakra Gita. No, I am repeatedly trying to hammer the point. You have to know only your own self, your own reality, your own substratum, your own foundation, your own eternal, immortal, transcendental, universal, almighty personality, that is pure consciousness, that is Atman, that alone is described by entire Vedic literature as Brahman, Paramatman, Shashvat, Sanatan, Param Purusha. At that Param Purusha you are. Hey Janaka, look within. Don't remain a beggar. You are emperor of emperors. You are ruler of rulers. You are governor of governors. You are king of kings. Rejoice that. Why you want to remain in perpetual poverty, deprivation and begging? Become eternal donor. शाश्वत सनातन दाता केवल तुम्हारा स्वभाव है। ऐ चैतन्य, शुद्ध चैतन्य के रूप में, आत्मा के रूप में तुम कभी भी कुछ लेते नहीं, लेने की जरूरत ही नहीं, तुम देते ही हो। As in the case of the sun doesn't demand anything from anyone. Sun is giving unconditionally. These are the words of Swami Ramatirth in America, in front of the best of the scientists, the greatest of the philosophers, and young man, 30. That I as Atman, oh Americans, I as Atman, and my Vedas and Upanishads have given me this power that I never beg before anyone. In many practical life also, he never asked, he didn't accept a single penny. I will tell you the story. So he said, I have come to know my that nature which never begs. Eternally I am unconditionally giving. And he says, that sun is so powerful, the sun, Surya, and the entire solar system is centered on him because the sun is free from the sense of doership and enjoyership. So he has become almighty, and that son of the self that I am, I don't depend on anyone. Why do you demand something? You are lacking something. There is someone who is much more powerful. But as Sacchidananda, I am one, non-dual, indivisible, self-effulgent, self-shining, self-existing reality. Self-existing, mind the word. Self-existing, I don't exist by dint of you, by dint of air, water, ether or anyone else. No Deva, I am Deva of all Devas, Mahadeva. Mahadeva I am. The life and play and existence of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Indra and all depends on me, not me on them. This is my glory. This is my glory. As we did the Nididhyasana yesterday, this knowledge is being imparted by whom? You will know only story of Rama, but you won't know who and what made Rama and Krishna Krishna. Vasishtha is saying, O Rama, contemplate, realize, know for sure that you alone have appeared as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh and appearing. There is nothing higher and greater and superior than you. Realize for yourself. One profound statement and story said by Radha Krishna, I have to reveal it. More important than anything else. For Sanatanis, not spiritual, so much spiritual, but the story with Ram and Krishna. He said in his introduction, preface was written by Rabindranath Tagore, this introduction to Upanishads and then Bhagavad Gita. So, I think in the introductions to Bhagavad Gita, Radha Krishna, Sarpali Radha Krishna, I am talking about. And he says, this statement of Radha Krishna, I was so in him, I read it much before I became a sannyasi. I began crying. This must be taught to every Sanatan child. And what is he saying? Listen carefully. He says, had we Sanatan Dharmis, we Indians, told our children and everyone that Rama or Krishna were not destined as divine entities or appeared, avatara, we say, na, descended up from up above somewhere to do salvation or ameliorate our plight. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, we literally take yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. We think, oh, that is Krishna. He says, totally. He says, had we Indians, Hindus come to realize, and it is related to Vasishtha and Rama, that's why I'm saying. Otherwise, I won't believe. Why I should believe Radha Krishna only? But that's what I realized all in the Vedantic text. So he said, had we come to know the true meaning and secret of Ramahood and Krishnahood, that is, Rama didn't come from up above with some destiny, nor did Krishna. But Rama was born here and Krishna was born here just as we have been born, but by sheer dint of their karma they became God. The godhood of theirs was attained. This Purushartha, I have told you, no? This Char Kripa, Kripa Chatushtaya, Atma Kripa, Isha Kripa, Guru Kripa, Shastra Kripa and Atma Kripa. That Vasishtha is explaining to young Rama. Oh Rama, don't believe, go for this Isha Kripa. Don't depend on for Isha Kripa, Shastra Kripa and Guru Kripa. And that is self Kripa is fundamental, the rest are rituals. Parampara nirvaha matram. You, in other words, he is saying, you are the maker and breaker of your own destiny. None can change your destiny. Thereby, Krishna, by virtue of his character, became Krishna the Lord. Rama, not by accident, not designed by someone else. Oh Rama, you know, he is saying, oh Rama, cultivate those virtues. Know that ultimate reality of your personality, and that is self-grace, and that will make you almighty. That is why we call Bhagavan to Ram and Krishna, but we have spun third-rate, fourth-grade stories and the tales to make money and make ourselves eternal subjugated race. That is the secret of our downfall. And that Max Muller understood. That Nikhinanand, who said that author, once he came here, he wrote very stinging letter. My God, I still reading the Upanishads and all that. So came to the land of that. It's so pathetic, not a even remote trace of that character of a human being. Those who believe that I am Brahman, would they? He visited Calcutta and all that. That's true. Because all the meanings of Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita have been tailor-made to make you a businessman. Dharma ka dhandha. Dharma dhandha is one thing, and dharma is one thing. Adhyatma is one thing, and adhyatma ka dhandha is one thing. Dhandha is not prohibited, neither prohibited nor illegal. Nonetheless, dhandha is dhandha. Mind the words. Doing dhandha of dharma, doing dhandha, business of spirituality, not neither illegal, nor prohibited, nor immoral. However, spirituality for the sake of spirituality and spirituality for the sake of money are totally two different things. But there are subtle points. In these days, people are not prepared to understand these things. Are you getting my point? So, I am saying heart and soul of Advaita Vedanta. I am saying with all these verses in 1 hour or 2 hours, you can't bring, but I am revealing the heart and soul of Advaita Vedanta. It's Ashtavakra I am revealing only. So, know your eternal, immortal, almighty Atman and become eternal donor and never a beggar. And without self-realization, I tell you, O Janaka, you will befool others. If you say, I can love you, I can enrich you, I can help you. The one who is always helpless and hapless, who is always begging, and he is saying, I will help you. Are you in possession of the love that you are promising to others? You are yourself beggar. How can you, unless and until you become embodiment of love, Prema Murti, Ananda Murti, Saundarya Murti, only Atman, your Atman is. Mind my words. In English it would embodiment of love, embodiment of bliss, embodiment of imperishable eternal beauty is none other than your own Atman. It's experienced truth. Not only mine, the entire, here are millions and billions of sages and seers, those who have treaded the path not as a dhandha, but genuine pursuit, genuine seeking of one's own reality. Therefore, that is what Upanishad said, unless, and then I am coming. Vedahametam purusham mahantam aditya varanam tamasah parastat tameva vidittvati mrityumeti nanyah pantha vidyate ayanaya nanyah pantha vidyate ayanaya. It's a universal declaration addressed to the entire human. Upanishads are addressed to the entire humanity. Unless and until you know your own true nature, that is the one who has realized, and then he's saying, unless and until same. So I am saying, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. Where is that Mahantam? I myself, at the inner core, that Param Purusha is sitting in the hearts and minds of everyone. Here in Bhagavad Gita, Kshetragya, Atmana, that alone is Param Purusha. In Purusha Sukta Rigveda, Purushameva idam sarvam. That is what Shvatashvatar Upanishad is saying. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. Mahantam, greater than the greatest, vaster than the vastest. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. Aditya Varnam. What is the meaning of Aditya Varnam? It has deeper meaning. Exactly. It is not the color, but self-shining, ever-shining means here Jnana, that is light of pure consciousness. And there is darkness in the realm of solar system also, or all the lights. There is duality, darkness and light. Here, free from tamasa evara. Where? This avasthatraya vivek in Mandukya Karika. Waking comes, goes. Sleep comes, goes. Dream world comes, goes. But the one eternally shining, the Atman Parampurusha within, is ever shining. That is not neither coming nor going, nor setting nor rising, as we did in the last mantra, studied Medhyasana. So, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varanam. Many of the people, Aditya means sun, the Varanam is hue, the shine, this bright one. It's not the color. Knowledge, independent, pure consciousness, the Atman, the deeper one, which is never faded. There is no duality. There is no alternative. I narrated to you the science. Chaitanya Prakash alone is ever shining. The rest of all the lights, take it. Mano Prakash comes and goes. Indriya Prakash comes and goes. Vastu Prakash comes and goes. And Jagat Prakash too comes and goes. But substratum of all of them, that is Chaitanya Prakash, that is me. Never goes out, never rises or dies. I alone am. That is why Sudhaswar Upanishad Rishi is saying, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varanam Tamasah Parastat. Parastat, par se bhi par. Higher, Tamasah Parastat. And without knowing that there is no other way, there is no other remedy, nothing, never, nowhere, that you would become immortal. Immortality here, again, I explained to you, never fall for this. Large, I will live for eternity. No, immortality means Brahmanhood, eternity, universality, almightiness of yours is attained only and only. No karma, no rituals, even you, that is in Bhagavad Gita's 2nd chapter, the previous verse of Karmanyevadhikaraste, the first revelation and the biggest enchantment of mine with the verse, I never have seen detailed, but I will tell you. Exactly this secret is being revealed. And Adi Shankara, about entire Vedas, he is saying, this is 46th verse, just before the one which is Karmanyevadhikar. Yavanartha, what we are discussing now, that beggar of beggars, that is so powerfully Krishna has also revealed. Yavanartha uddapane sarvatah samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijan. Most revealing, and I have never heard any detailed either commentary or anywhere, but something works with God's grace. It's so powerful. What he has said, the example is that as someone who is standing in the midst of infinite water reservoir, for him or her, a person who has got a huge reservoir and who is sitting on the banks of her, in midst of her, flood is Uttam. For him, how much is urgency a small well's water going to serve? None. No need. The entire he is commenting, this is most powerful. The entire Purvamasa of Vedas, 80,000 mantras are this only. That is what he is saying. The previous 10 mantras are glorifying these things, karma kanda, and then all of a sudden he takes a turn and says, all the karma kanda, all yajna, Purvamasa, put together will give you only water of a well. But, and that's what the next moment he begins, karmanyevadhikaraste niskam karma, whereby your heart and mind becomes free and then you become almighty. See the grandeur and precision he has. So he says, okay, you want to do karma kanda? Please continue. That is what 80,000 mantras. You will become, you again and again you will be a king, queen, rich person, many lover, beloveds, all this you will get, but you will remain a beggar. That is what he is saying. You will remain a beggar unless and until, in Ashtavakra also, unless and until you know that infinite reservoir of bliss and beauty, that is your own true nature. And that is what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, that through karma kanda, that is Purvamasa of Vedas, whatever you are going to get, if you are the richest person, you need money for yajna. Even though what you will get will be the water of the small well and all that, it's never going to be enough for you. And there he starts the journey of Niskama Karma and Vedanta there. So here, perpetual beggary is not going to end by karma kanda. I am explaining what? Shvetashwar Upanishads mantra. Nanya pantha vidyate anayata. That is what Krishna is also saying. That is what Ashtavakra is saying. That unless and until you realize your own self, ever attain Atman, you are never ever going to become a meaningful donor, a meaningful one who is self-sufficient, self-contained, doesn't depend on anyone. Oh Janaka, therefore, know thyself, know thyself, know thyself. This is the ultimate magic. And thyself, which is ever available, ever shining, ever attained, and ever blissful. Other than the self, show me a king or queen or emperor or the rich person who can claim that I am ever blissful. None. But the inner core of yours, innermost reality, innermost lover and beloved of yours, that your Atman, show me anyone. Right now, the best of the scientists, you dissolve your sensory perception world, the mind and thoughts in the pure consciousness. Show me where is the fear, where is regret, where is the sense of deprivation. Right now, I've experienced and you can experience. Only problem is that we think that I am mind, so mind says, मैं तो मूर्ख हूँ, मैं अज्ञानी हूँ, मैं मर जाऊंगा. The one who is your enemy, the one who has enslaved you. Raman Mercy used to say, oh, you want the freedom with the help of mind. The one who has enslaved you, you are seeking the help of that fellow. Is it possible? Never ever. Mind is the one who has enslaved you. Mind is the one who has made the emperor of emperors, perpetual beggar, and you want to, through mind and buddhi, never get rid of mind. You are that emperor. Now let's see. Is it making some sense? This is more important than unless. That is why there are very few people, even they don't dare do sannyasi. No, Swami ji, आत्म साक्षात्कार ब्रह्म विद्या कोई सुनने नहीं आएगा, खाने बगैर मर जाओगे. So I knew for sure that अभी मर जाऊं कोई बात नहीं, जितना क्षण जीऊंगा तो वेदांत में, क्योंकि वो जो है दुनिया का सारा धन ऐश्वर्य वैभव सम्मान उसके सामने कुछ भी नहीं है. Every minute of my life, every dimension of my existence would be soaked in, would be replete with, would be illumined by, energized by Advaita Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta alone. Even the imagination of the grandeur and glory and object is so powerful that I can take millions of births and births to realize that ultimate that is promised in Vedanta. That is my conviction. But it doesn't take millions. The moment you have the real conviction and real seeking, it happens instantly. There is nothing easier than self-realization. It's my own realization. Everything is much more difficult. Exactly. There is nothing as natural, as self. So, yet, but we think, no, ओ किसी हमारी फ्रेंड है डॉक्टर कंचन और महात्मा कोई आए, चलो चलो हम 2 घंटा उनको देना पड़ेगा ना मेरे फ्रेंड. यू आर नॉट, प्लीज डोंट कम, यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनी मर्सी, और प्लीज हैव मर्सी ऑन योर सेल्फ. And until you realize that it is your own hunger, it is your own need, it is your own disease for which you are seeking aushadhi, that Ashtavakra says. ये जगत रूप संसार रूपी जो व्याधि है उसका आत्म साक्षात्कार के अलावा कोई औषधि नहीं है ओ जनक. Then he says, now we will take. I am trying to do things in a way that with the whatever minimum time and energy we do have. So I am not focusing on, you can explain 4, 5, 6, 7 verses that way, but I am trying to reveal all the secrets that I have experienced. I want that everybody, that is my sincere desire, that more and more and more and people should rejoice and revel in the glory of their own self. That is my desire. And that is my greatest bliss. And that is my greatest dakshina, it would be, and the gift, nothing else I require. So that's why I'm sharing. Most of the secrets I have shared today, never ever in any of the discourses I have shared, neither in Shivis nor in, so you people are the chosen ones. I am telling you. There must be something, otherwise no. Something restricts me. Ultimate secrets of my own personal experiences, I never, but today I have revealed it. There must be some point, some reason. Unless and there is a patra, it can't contain. So you people are. Jai Ho. So now he says, I have realized that you take 1 or 2 verses of Ashtavakra Gita, that's the end of it. So let's see, even every single verse is sufficient, entire Veda, self-contained. First chapter, 8th verse. Aham kartet aham manam mahakrishnaadi dansitaha naham karateti vishwasam amritam pitva sukhi bhava. In every shloka he gives complete Advaita Vedanta. And that is how somehow there must be previous karma. I don't know. If you go and listen to some of the discourses of my Gurudev in Hindi, I didn't know. After many months I uploaded in 1 year. So one of my Guru Bhai from Gujarat called me, Swami ji, आपने ये देखा है कि अपने गुरुदेव की अनोखी बात. बोले मेरे ऐसा कुछ नहीं, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत सिंपल. बोले कि नहीं स्वामी जी, और ही वाज लॉन्ग एसोसिएट. अपने गुरुदेव का चाहे 5 मिनट का प्रवचन हो या 2 घंटे का हो, सब कंप्लीट होता है. Every single discourse of my Gurudev is complete Advaita Vedanta. As professors in the university, as I start, we were there, and for these reasons we are starting this, and then he will conclude exactly revealing the entire metaphysics. तत्वमसि, तुम ब्रह्म हो, कोई दिक्कत तो है नहीं, हम सब ब्रह्म हैं, क्योंकि देखने वाले हैं. जैसे आपको उदाहरण दे रहा हूं, दृक् ब्रह्म दृश्यमायेति सर्व वेदांत निर्णय. तुम समझ रहे हो ना, सारे वेदांत ने कहा, वेद ने कहा कि देखने वाला ब्रह्म है. ये आई एम रिमाइंडेड ऑफ 4 लेडीज फ्रॉम पंजाब हैड कम. और उनको शिव की तरफ हम हंस रहे थे। वो बेलपत्र उतार करके लाई और वो भी हंस रहे थे। उनको बेलपत्र चढ़ा रही है, ये कर रही है, बहुत साल से उनको जानते थे। और चारों पांचों बहनें थी और पुरुष भी एक दो थे। वो बेलपत्र हम हंस पहली बार है, ऐसे ऐसे करे, वो भी हंस रहे, बहुत क्लोज लोग थे। तो बोलते क्या है 2 मिनट, चलो ये शरीर के हिसाब से तुम मेरी छोटी बहन, तुम बड़ी बहन हो, सब तो बहन भाई हैं। फिर बोलते लेकिन देखो दृक् ब्रह्म दृश्यमायेति सर्व वेदांत निर्णय, देखने वाला ब्रह्म है, दिखने वाला माया। तो हम में किसी को देखने जानने की शक्ति है, उसमें कोई संदेह है का? ऐसे एकदम डेटे संदेह है। तुम देख रही हो कि नहीं मुझे, मैं तुम्हें देख रहा हूं कि नहीं देख रहा हूं? देख रहे हो ना, ये जो देखने वाला है यही ब्रह्म है। तो हमें तो कोई संदेह है ही नहीं कि हम ब्रह्म नहीं, तुम ब्रह्म नहीं, हम भी ब्रह्म तुम भी ब्रह्म, और सब एक है, देह का भेद है, क्या जानना है? बट ही विल से विथ सो दिगंबर निकट रहते थे मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, इवन परमार्थ निकेतन। सो बट the word should be so powerful. He had lived like that. He will say, क्या संदेह है? देखने जानने अनुभव करने की सत्ता है हमारी। आज जो दिख रहा है वो माया है, तो जान लिया जो देखने वाला माया, तो छोड़ दिया, मन से निकाल दिया, किसके पीछे जाना है? तो मैं ब्रह्म हूं, और ब्रह्म को कौन सा दुख है, कौन सा कमी है, कौन सा डर है? वो फतेहपुर जिला यूपी का है ना, वहां का कानपुर का एकदम एक्सेंट टिपिकल। कोनो दिक्कत तो है नहीं ब्रह्म को, और कौन सा संदेह तुमको? बताओ, हमारी देखने जानने की क्षमता का कब अभाव हुआ है बताओ? तो ब्रह्म तो हम हैं, ये सबसे किसी मूर्ख से मूर्ख आदमी को भी समझ में आ जाना चाहिए। इसके लिए क्या पढ़ने लिखने की जरूरत है? इतना छोटा परिभाषा सब वेद ने बता दिया, ऋषियों ने हमारे लिए जान करके इतनी मेहनत की जुग जुग से। और हम कैसे मूर्ख हैं कि फिर कहते हैं हम तो जीव हैं जी, हम तो जीव हैं। कैसे हम जीव हैं? हम तो देखते हैं, हमें कोई नहीं देखता है, तो हम ब्रह्म हैं कि नहीं? हाँ so that's what I'm saying. Once you are realized that in one sentence you can do that. So he is saying, O Janaka, do you who have been bitten by the great black serpent of the egoism, that is, I am doer, drink the nectar of the faith, I am not the doer, and be happy. We took in Bhagavad Gita also. I had explained in length that your sense of agency and enjoyership alone is all bondage that has created jivahood. That infinite one has become finite by this alone. But know for sure that you are non-doer and non-enjoyer. So what he is saying, beautiful. Black serpent, cobra. तुमको कोबरा ने काट लिया है। कौन सा कोबरा है? जो अमरत्व को प्राप्त, जो परमात्मा है, वो हजारों बार मर रहा है। दैट ईगो। एंड व्हाट इज दैट ईगो? मैं कर रहा हूं और मैं भोग रहा हूं। यू हैव बीन बिटन बाय दैट ब्लैक कोबरा ऑफ ईगोइज्म। एंड व्हाट इज ईगोइज्म? Ego is the most abstract word. It took 30 years for me to understand. Now, that infinite had entertained the idea of finitude, and thereby he says, I am doing this, I am doing that. I'm just watching this out of window, this bridge window. So, is this the leaves of the tree are doing something? They might entertain, I am moving, but wind is moving. The power of wind is moving, but there is movement in the leaves. That is sense of ego. The particular leaf outside Bengaluru having stormy weather, this tree or the leaves have no role whatsoever. The wind will continue to blow, but it appears that it's moving. This example is given in Yoga Vasishtha also, that nothing is done by this physical body, everything is done by mind, that is ego. And this is example he has given. As in the case of tree, that's the example I am illustrating, Yoga Vasishtha. The wind is there to move the leaves and all that. Even so, the physical body doesn't do. The wind of mind alone, this through egoism, does all this nonsense. And that is bondage. I saw it and immediately it struck to me. It's so powerful revelation right now. Right? So black cobra of egoism, which is in essence responsible for your confusion that I am doer, I am enjoyer. Know for sure that you are not that, and be happy means be free right now. I have explained everything. We will take 2 verses in 5 minutes only. Eko vishuddha bodhoham iti nishaya bandhina prajvalya jnana gahanam vita shoka sukhi bhava. What a powerful atom bombs he is hurling one by one. Burn down the forest of ignorance with the fire of the conviction. I am the one. Ekoham, advitayoham, anantoham, advaitoham. And pure consciousness I am, and be free from grief and be happy. Simple. I am not body. If I am body, I am finite, perishable, subject to everything. But I am not body. I am revealer of the body. Pure consciousness. And that's all. That's the end of entire jnana. Burn down the forest of ignorance. What is ignorance? Nature of ignorance? I am body. How is born? By fire of knowledge that I am not body, I am revealer of the body. I am not Kshetra, I am Kshetragya. I am not Sharira, I am Shariri. I am not Deha, I am Dehi. That is the fire, you have to lit the fire of knowledge. And that's entire forest of duality and ignorance and suffering has disappeared, and the beggar has become emperor of emperors. Oh Janak, you become emperor of emperors by this. One shloka more. That's a little bit of explanation. Yatra vishvam idam bhati kalpitam rajju sarpavat. This I will. Ananda Paramananda. The entire deliberation I was doing of your beggarship and enjoyership was for this only. Ananda. This kind of literature, even literary beauty. Ananda Paramananda Sabodhasvam Sukham Chara. Just see the translation. I will elaborate a little bit. You are that consciousness, comma, bliss, bliss infinite, bliss unconditional, supreme bliss, in and upon which this universe appears superimposed like a snake on a rope. Live happily. Now, these all are in a sequence. What we think? We think that, oh, in the world I am. So, the world is outside me, the world is bigger, vaster, I am this. The body identity is the only ignorance. There is no ignorance at all. So we think, and body has swings of moods, the mind and all that, birth, death and all that. So all ills and woes afflicting us are only because of that wrong notion that I am Sarpa, that is body. Deha bhava is Sarpa bhava, and Atma bhava is Rajju bhava. I am eternally rope alone, and my Gurudev used to elaborate in such a simple and powerful way. Shall I? Do we have 5-10 minutes? Eh? Oh, one story he used to give, and we will laugh. Rajju Sarpanyaya. While Upanishadic definition he would give. So, and that is what pertinent for us. रज्जु सर्प न्याय को समझा रहे थे कि हमारा जो शरीर है ये न था न है न होगा, हमारा जो मन है न था न होगा, लेकिन हमें भ्रम हो गया है अपने स्वरूप के अज्ञान के कारण। तो उसके कारण जैसे सर्प को देख करके भ्रम हो जाता है, तो स्टोरी ही उससे वेरी फनी स्टोरी, रियल स्टोरी, बट इट्स वेरी पावरफुल. एवरी मोमेंट आवर ऑल प्रॉब्लम्स अराइज आउट ऑफ दिस नोशन. They would say, it will come better in Hindi, so I will narrate. एक पंडित जी थे, बेचारे भिक्षा मांगने जाते थे दिन भर और शाम को आते थे। तो एक दिन गए भिक्षा मांगने और शाम को लौट के आए तो अंधेरा हो गया था। अपना छोटा सा घर था, गरीब ब्राह्मण थे बेचारे, मांग करके गुजारा करते थे। तो आए अपने दरवाजे पर, उनको दिखाई पड़ा कि तो बहुत लंबा ये तो सांप पड़ा हुआ है। डर गए, अचानक इतना उनको बड़ा सा लगा, पीछे भागे, दौड़ के इतना डर के भागे, पंडित जी गिर गए, नाक फूट गई, इधर ये टूट गया, त्राहिमाम, अरे फिर भी भाग रहे हैं, पंडित जान बच। इतना ड्रामेटिक वे में बोलते थे। और पंडित जी बेचारे अकेले, उनके घर में कोई नहीं, अरे देखो रे काट लिया, हमें ये कर दिया, भाग रहे हैं, गिर रहे हैं, नाक फूट गई, ब्लीडिंग हो रही। गांव वालों ने, क्या हुआ पंडित जी, क्या हुआ? अरे इतना बड़ा विशाल सांप हमारे दरवाजे पर खड़ा है, पड़ा हुआ है इसे। अरे पंडित जी डरो नहीं। पूरे गांव वालों ने डंडा से बोलते थे गुरुदेव, जिसके पास रोड था, डंडा था, सब लेकर के पंडित जी बोल रहे हैं कि बहुत बड़ा सांप है। सब गांव वाले, पंडित जी डरो नहीं, हम चलते हैं ना। पूरे गांव के लोग तैयार हो गए, डर तो भी रहे तब, बल्कि सब तैयार होकर चलते हैं। पंडित जी बोले बहुत बड़ा सांप है। और सारे गांव वाले आए, बोले पंडित जी आप चिंता मत करो, जुआ जो अपने हैं, जो बलवान पहलवान सब हीरो होते हैं, जो बोले पंडित जी आप पीछे बैठो, कोई बात नहीं। उनकी अब ये भी बोलते थे। अब वहां पर डॉक्टर को भी बुलाया, पंडित जी का बर्निंग जरा करो, देखो इनकी बैंडेज वगैरह हो गया, लहूलुहान हो गए बेचारे, आप परेशान में उधर बैठो, दूर बैठो, हम लोग मार देंगे, जब सुरक्षित हो जाएगा तो घर में लाएंगे। और जितने युवक बलवान सब गांव के थे, लगे लाठी डंडे मूसल रॉड से रोहे के मारने, लेकिन सब मारे, देखे कि ये तो जा ही नहीं रहा है, ये तो मर ही नहीं रहा है। और अंधेरा हो गया था, बस दिखाई पड़ता था। और पिच डार्क रहे तो भी सर वो दोष नहीं हो सकता। दिस इज वेरी डीपर न्यूआंस मीनिंग। लिटिल बिट ऑफ लाइट बट नॉट परफेक्ट लाइट एज कैन रिवील दैट इट इज नॉट स्नेक। अंडरस्टैंड माय पॉइंट? तो थोड़ा केवल दिखता था, ऐसे छोटी सी चांदनी जैसे नहीं थी, लेकिन लगता था ऐसे कि नहीं है स्नेक, रस्सी नहीं है, प्रॉपर नहीं दिखे। तो लगे मारने, पूरे कुछ अंतर नहीं पड़े। सोचे कि तो मर करके कुछ ऐसे तो हो करके, जितना मारे ऐसे ही, थोड़ा सा इधर हो थोड़ा उधर हो, वैसे कि वैसा पड़ा रहो। सारे आई विल डू अ लिटिल ड्रामा माय गुरुदेव, सारे गांव वाले मार के थक जाते थे, सब बैठ जाते थे युवक लोग। अरे हम तो थक गए, ये तो मर ही नहीं रहा है, कैसा सांप है। फिर थोड़ी देर उठ करके जब जिसको होश आता था, पसीने पूछ कर चलो फिर मारते हैं, चल फिर मार के गए। रात भर बेचारे लगे रहे, लेकिन वहां सांप तो टस से मस नहीं हुए। बोले कि कहां से किसने ऐसा, लगता है किसी काल ने भेज दिया है। सारे गांव वाले लगे रहे, लेकिन थक जाते थे, जाके सो जाते थे। ऐसे करते करते जब सुबह हुई, देखा ये लोग सो गए थे, सारे ऐसे पड़े थे वहीं बगल में कि पंडित जी का जो है सांप को जाने नहीं देंगे, सुबह होने दो, फिर देखते हैं मारते अब पंडित जी को पीछे रखे हुए हैं। तो अचानक देखा कि तो सूरज की किरण फूट गई है। अचानक देखा तो अरे ये तो रस्सी है, ये रस्सी है, इसीलिए नहीं मरा था। तब अपनी मूर्खता पर, जहां सर्प था नहीं, तो यही पर प्रश्न पूछते थे कि तुम्हें जो भय हुआ जिस कालखंड में, उसके पहले तुम घर से निकले थे, वहां सर्प था नहीं। जब सुबह सूरज निकल गया तो भी वहां पर सर्प नहीं है। क्या उस समय जितने देर पंडित जी की नाक फूट गई, सब मार के थक गए, डर के रात भर वहीं रखवाली, उतने देर के लिए सर्प पैदा हुआ था क्या? नॉट। Even so, right now, right here, O Janaka, you are not body, you are not jiva, you are not perishable, pitiable, suffering body, but the illuminer, that is Raju. रस्सी से तो हमें कोई भय नहीं है, तो आत्मा से कोई भय नहीं है, इट्स ब्लिसफुल। लेकिन देह, और प्रीवियस वर्ष में ही तो दिया था ना, ब्लैक सर्पेंट, दैट इज symbolic. Black, you have been bitten by black serpent, and there is no black serpent really, but you imagine. Therefore, even during the period you think that you are जीवा, नहीं स्वामी जी ये बड़ी बड़ी बातें आपके ठीक है, लेकिन तो हम तो संसारी हैं ना, हम तो जीव है ना, हम तो मर जाएंगे ना, that's it. You are never sansari. निष्प्रपंचम प्रपच्यते अध्यारोप अपवादाभ्याम. ये क्या है अध्यारोप अपवाद? रज्जु पर सर्प को अध्यारोपित कर दिया, फिर ज्ञान के माध्यम से निषिद्ध हो गया, तो प्रपंच वहां प्रतीक सर्प, प्रपंच. ये प्रपंच स्वरूप एंड जीव स्वरूप ignorance, born out of ignorance alone is source of all sorrow, suffering and disease. But the moment you know that I am not this body, therefore the snake and cobra all have disappeared. No fear, no running away, no bleeding. You are bleeding, you are trembling only because of ignorance, and this happened with me. तुम मार दिया जाओगे, बॉम्ब्ड हो जाओगे. मैंने जाएगा भाड़ में जाए, भाड़ में जाए तेरा, कुछ नहीं मेरे को हुआ. मैंने रज्जु सर्प का न्याय वहीं जो मैंने कहा कि कितने हजार वर्ष तक मारोगे, कहने का यही तो आत्मज्ञान मैं नहीं बोला ना. मेरी आत्मा तो अमर है, मैं तो अमर हूं. शरीर जाएगा तो अभी नहीं जाए, 50 साल बाद अभी चला जाए, लेकिन मैं उससे समझौता नहीं करूंगा. मेरे धर्म से मेरा संकल्प है अन्याय के विरुद्ध, गरीबी के विरुद्ध, शोषण के विरुद्ध लड़ना. That's it. All the fears, frustrations come only because of your illusion and delusion that I am body. All suffering comes from once you know that I am eternal, I am immortal. In reality, who can intimidate you? You will become more powerful than all the powers on the planet. So, O Janaka, यत्र विश्वमिदं भाति कल्पितं रज्जु सर्पत पवत् आनंद परमानंदः सबोधस्त्वं सुखं चर. That illustration is given here. Rajju sarpavat. The sarp, this illusion that I am body, and illusion that I am body again only creates the sense of the reality, or gives a sense of the reality of the world, which neither body exists nor world exists. Elaborate, Swami, how you are saying? Take the example of a dream. During the dream state, you saw a ferocious tiger, a mad elephant chasing you, and Ambani coming to on the next. There are kind of series of dreams we see, na? And somehow next moment you see, oh, some rich person is coming to give you money or food, as happened to Janaka. In that dream he saw no, that he has been dethroned and he has been thrown out of it, and he was begging for food and all that. Then bull aya or destroy kar diya. That's it. All this is happening in dream. So ignorance about your true nature and wrong conviction and faith and belief, illusion that I am body, alone has taken away the bliss, infinite bliss, supreme bliss, Ananda. I used to do meditation myself. Ananda Paramananda Sabodhastvam Sukham Chara Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Here he is referring to that consciousness alone is self-sufficient, self-shining consciousness alone is eternal blessedness. And that, you see, Sat, Chit, Ananda are not free. The one, the Pragyanam Brahma, this is contribution of my Gurudev. He used to say, whenever ऐसे बोलते थे, जहां पर सत्य बोला गया सत्यम ब्रह्म, तो ग्रहण कर लेना चित आनंद भी. जब बोला गया प्रज्ञानम ब्रह्म चैतन्यम ब्रह्म, वहां सत और आनंद भी. जहां बोला गया आनंदो ब्रह्म विजानीयात छंदो, वहां भी तीनों. दिस दैट. सो एक्सप्लेन इट. प्योर कॉन्शसनेस अलोन इज इटर्नल एंड इम्यूटेबल ट्रुथ, सत. And by nature, intrinsically, it's ever blissful, ever blissful. It doesn't have to borrow any loveliness and beauty. That is why this phrase alone I had prepared to explain so directly without wasting my time. So the bliss you are seeking in the internal world, the love, bliss and beauty you are seeking, it's never going to satisfy you. The bliss of your true nature, your Atman, that is infinite, unconditioned, unsought. It's ever in your nature. So you are not Ananda. Paramananda. What is Paramananda means? It has a meaning and then we'll conclude it. Every small pleasure or happiness or even you say Ananda, we are seeking, is Desha Kala Vastu Parichinna. When he is saying Ananda, Paramananda, the meaning is the Atmananda alone is Desha Kala Vastu Aparichinna. In English, the bliss of the Atman alone is limited neither by time, nor by space, nor by causality. For its intrinsic, inherent example. Have you ever seen or found or can you imagine that the fire is begging to someone, please give me some heat, please give me some light? Is it possible that one day sun, S-U-N, sun, Surya, is crying and asking and begging for some light, some heat? Impossible. As long as sun is, there would be heat, there would be light. As long as there is fire, there would be heat and there would be light. Even so, as long as I, the self, the pure consciousness is, there is no possibility, there is no question of any sorrow, suffering, fear, anxiety or non-existence. The eternal existence and eternal unconditioned bliss are ever attained, ever intrinsic, ever natural to me. The love, bliss, and I started with that it was prepared for that, today's lecture. So, love, bliss, and beauty. Just one line bears repetition here. The biggest, and yet I have not said that. I will say simply, एक लाइन हिंदी में बोलूंगा, पहले इंग्लिश में. उपनिषद का डिक्लेरेशन पंचदश, ब्रह्मांड का कोई भी, you are born out of bliss, you are existing for bliss, you dissolve back in bliss. If you know for, and that is here, and how the Vedanta begins. Every moment each one of us is seeking some kind of, some dimension, some aspect of love, bliss and beauty alone. That is how first day I start ki, what is the objective of self-realization? आत्यंतिक दुख निवृत्ति परमानंद प्राप्तिश्च, और यह बोला आनंद परमा, नॉट आनंद, परमानंद मीन्स देश काल वस्तु अपरिच्छिन्न आनंद. I don't have to labor, I don't have to aspire or strive to do anything. No, for sure that one who always by nature intrinsically is blissful, blessedness. The blessedness in Christianity and Bible, exactly, our one is deeper, but that is what they are saying. The blessed one, the one who is deriving the pleasure not from the external sensory person, but his own inherence and abiding. So, the ultimate culmination, Anubhava, by mere experience, Anubhava avasanam brahma vigyanam, the ultimate objective of all self-realization, Brahma Vidya, is to experience what? Experience that I am in bliss, bliss infinite, bliss unconditioned, love eternal, love unconditioned, beauty imperishable, everlasting beauty is the nature of Atmanam Ati Sundaram. My beauty doesn't require $1 trillion this beauty parlor industry. And this is my experience, I am telling you. Those, even they are not Vedantis, go to deep meditators, they will tell you. Every day it becomes much more intense, and we experience in all the shivers when we do this Panchpadi sadhana, everybody scientifically says, oh, Swami ji, आज देर तक तो कराया आपने, बहुत अच्छा लगा. The second day, और intense हो रहा Swami ji. That's nowhere. Now I'm going to conclude it, but this bears repetition. Nowhere, mind these words, nowhere in the phenomenal universe, other than the rejoicing and reveling in the self-belief, you find the law of increasing return. Only worldly pleasure, glory, even becoming prime minister, president, this is also source of joy. All without any exception. Once you become prime minister, okay, sir. So, without exception, the only exception is Atmananda. Coming after Atma Jnana is always having this law of increasing and growing return, but the rest of the world and worldly people and worldly persons are eternally subject to diminishing return. So, मेरे गुरुदेव बोलते थे, अरे मूर्खा, गरीब क्यों? देखो ऐसा पावरफुल वेदांत के आधार पर, तू पैसा कमाता है तो सारा धन कमाना, थोड़ा थोड़ा पैसा क्यों कमाता है कि भीख मांगना पड़ेगा फिर थोड़े दिन के बाद नौकरी? ही इज एक्सप्लेनिंग कर्मण्येवाधिकार के पहले जो बताया मैंने ही अले कि हम सोचते हैं ना कि आध्यात्मिक, आप ये स्टोरी नरेटेड ना कि हमारे पतिदेव जाने लगे सन्यासी में तो रोते लोग हैं, मूर्ख हैं, यही तो कह रहे हैं. अरे बोलते हैं नौकरी करता है तो दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी नौकरी कर, धंधा करता है तो ऐसा धंधा करके सारा धन तेरा हो जाए. माय गुरुदेव परमहंसा लिविंग इनकारनेशन शिवा. और वो कहां से मिलेगा सारा धन? वो धन तो तुम्हारा आत्मधन है, चैतन्य धन है, जिसके बाद तुम्हें किसी से भीख नहीं मांगना. छोटी नौकरी मत कर, बड़ी नौकरी कर, और बड़ी नौकरी यही है. उसको तू जान ले, उसको तू प्राप्त कर ले, जिसके प्राप्त होने के पश्चात प्राप्त करने के लिए कुछ नहीं रहता, जिसको जान लेने के बाद जानने को कुछ नहीं रहता. बाय नोइंग विच नथिंग रिमेन्स टू बी नोन, by attaining which nothing remains to be attained. Yam labdva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tata. Now you know why and how and where from I say, तुम कामी मैं महाकामी, परमहंस विद्या सन्यासी. तुम लोभी मैं महालोभी. And you too become that mahalobhi, because mahalobhi alone will get mahalabha, and mahalabha is atma sakshatkara, atma jnana. Now we conclude and we will do a shorter meditation on that. I will do a revel, you will rejoice. Nothing to be known, we are free now. So Anandoham, Anandoham, Sacchidanandoham. Begin. Anandoham, Anandoham, Raso Vaisaha, the Sah. Here the Sah is me and me alone. I am embodiment of Rasa, Rasa the bliss. Bliss unconditioned, bliss unfettered, bliss intrinsic to my own existence. Raso Vaisaha. Vah ras मैं ही हूँ, that infinite bliss, that eternal bliss. I am Anandoham. There is none other than me, Shuddha Chaitanya, who is Akhandananda. Akhandanandoham. I will use Sanskrit words. It doesn't need any. So simple, neither Sanskrit nor Hindi. Just meditate, contemplate. Akhandanandoham. This means the same I explained. The Akhandanando, the Anand that is never going to be limited either by time or space or causality. Akhandanandoham, Advaitanandoham, Dibyanandoham. Dibyanando means not Bhautikananda, the pleasure happiness derived from sensual and sensory perceptions or enjoyment. No, I am Divyanandoham, that is Chaitanya Ananda, born out of my own intrinsic Atmana. Advaitanandoham, Divyanandoham, Brahmanandoham, Shivanandoham, Atmanandoham, Prabodhanandoham, Aksharanandoham, Sarveshwaranandoham, Advaitanandoham, Satyanandoham, Chaitanyanandoham, Anandanandoham, Shashvatanandoham, Avilambanandoham, Sarvanandoham, Sarvanandoham, Sarvanandoham. I alone am all bliss, infinite, love, unconditioned, beauty everlasting. Sarvanandoham. There is not a tiny speck of love, bliss and beauty outside me. The entire pleasure, happiness, sensory happiness is a tiny fraction of the bliss of my own self. My Param Gurudev, Grand Guru, Dharma Samrat Karpatri Ji Maharaj repeatedly used to say कि तुम संसार के जो ये क्षुद्र सुख की जो कणिकाएं हैं वो ब्रह्मानंद खंडानंद के समक्ष तो क्षुद्र कणिका, इस विश्व का संसार का सांसारिक समग्र जो सुख है वो ब्रह्मानंद आत्मानंद के समक्ष क्षुद्र कणिका मात्र है. उपनिषद से दिस द एंटायर पावर, wealth, glory and bliss derived from the world is a tiny speck of dust compared to the Advaitanand, Brahmananda, my Swabhavananda. Who else is emperor of emperors? Who else is higher than me? Who is superior to me? I am the best. I am the best. I am the greatest. I am greater than the greatest. I am vaster than the vastest. I am all of all. I am all of all. I am always, am all of all. I am Almighty Reality. So hum.